Are we headed for a real estate crash? I'm Michelle Sloan, your residential realtor with Sibcy, Cline, and this is the SloanSellsHomes.com open house. That's a question I get asked. Are we headed for a real estate crash? Actually, the housing market in Cincinnati is a mixed bag, and quite honestly, it's usually pretty even keel. We are seeing right now the real estate industry in the Cincinnati area is being dominated by low inventory, especially in the lower price ranges. So between $100,000 and $300,000, those homes, there are very few of them out there. And so in the higher price ranges, as you creep up in that price range, there are more homes on the market. And so sellers are starting to get a little nervous because we're kind of creeping in at the end of the big selling season. And once school starts, that's also a time when things tend to slow down a little bit, because if people are going to make that move, usually they make it before school starts. So you may only be hearing about the good, but there are some struggles out there, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to actually talk about some numbers. In Mason right now, and this is just a snapshot in time, but between $100,000 and $250,000, there are 9 homes currently on the market and available for sale. 9. And you know, that has been pretty consistent over the last few months. So very few homes for sale in that market. Those are the homes that you can probably guarantee that are going to be in multiple offers. They're going to sell very quickly if they're in good condition and they're priced right. There are 24 homes pending in that lower price range. That means they're under contract, but they haven't yet closed. And there have been 69 that have sold in the Mason School District in the last 6 months. This is what's so crazy. Average days on market, 18. 18 days on market between $100,000 and $250,000. Okay, we're gonna ratchet up the prices. So between $250,000 and $400,000, there are 40 active homes on the market, 26 pending, and 111 sold. So, you know, the average price point in Mason is right around $200,000 to $250,000. So that doesn't surprise me that there have been more properties sold, but here's the thing. I'll bet you if we had more homes on the market in that lower price range, those numbers would be higher. The sales would be higher. There's just not that many out there. The average days on market in the $250,000 to $400,000 price range, 71 days. So it takes a little bit longer. We got to have some patience. I've put on a couple of homes on the market in that $350,000 price range, and they're not selling like that. It's not happening instantly. And I think there's a bit of a problem, because a lot of agents, and you're hearing on the news, oh my gosh, the market's crazy, it's going so well, your house is going to sell in a minute, there's going to be multiple offers. I'm going to have everybody just stand back and do a little reality check, because that's not always the case. Okay, we're going to ratchet up one more time. Between $400,000 and $550,000, there are 63 active properties. But here's where the change occurs. In that higher price point, 21 of those homes are new construction. 21 out of 63 are new construction. So here's a challenge. If you're trying to do a resale, if you're trying to sell your existing home, and let's say it's 20 years old, and a buyer comes in and they have the opportunity to buy a brand new home or buy your existing home. That's a challenge. When you get into those higher price ranges, you're competing against new construction. And then if we go into that even higher price range between $550,000 and $800,000, there are 58 active. And of those 58 active, almost half of those are new construction. So the question, what I started with, is, are we headed for a real estate crash? I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. A good, healthy market in any area has about 4 to 6 months of inventory. So right now, we're probably kind of a strained market to a certain extent, because remember, we don't have the inventory in the lower price range. We have higher inventory in the higher price range. And so, you know, we don't have that turnover that you might expect to have a really super healthy market. It's a little bit of a challenging market, really. It really is. The demand for housing has certainly hit every single sector. Not only new construction, we've seen the increase in the prices of rentals and apartments, and the lack of rentals and apartments. Condominiums are selling like hotcakes right now. People, I would say 10 years ago, I could not sell a condominium to save my life. But today, I put a condo on the market and we're getting a lot of people who are looking for that. The question is, can it continue? Well, there's an expert that says, as long as there is a real demand for property, the market can continue to grow. So there's definitely a demand, remember, in that lower price range, and the market will continue to grow.